inside. And she can be beautiful only when she is healthy. This was the concept of Joy Lucas, and we really felt that Zuleika Hospital and the group of Joy Lucas can have one chemistry. We can match each other's mission and vision. With this in mind, we had last couple of weeks working together on how we can promote breast cancer awareness. So with this, today is the first day of our launch, Think Pink, which is the initiative between the two groups. And I think this is not only a 1 month campaign, this is year by year. We'll be doing everything and anything that we can together to save people from this dreaded disease. Without much delay, we'll have a sequence of events today. We'll have an introduction by Sister Helena, and then we'll have some words of encouragement from the Joy Lucas group, from the excellencies who have arrived here, and then we have the press conference open to talk to the dignitaries on what do they think, how this disease can be.
I'd like to welcome you all to the official opening and press conference for the Think Pink initiative by the Joy Lucas Group, supported by the Zuleika Healthcare Group. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our distinguished guests. First of all, we have Dr. Amar Sharif. He's the acting CEO of the hospital sector, Dubai Health Authority, representing His Excellency, Mr. Qadi Saeed Al Morshood, the Director General of the Dubai Health Authority.
Very much. It's a pleasure being here today.
We'd also like to welcome Mr. Joy Lucas, who's the Chairman and the Managing Director of the Joy Lucas Group. Next we have our founder of the Zuleika Healthcare Group, Dr. Zuleika Dawood, who's the driving force behind such prestigious events. And then we have our distinguished guest, Dr. Pamela Munster. Dr. Pamela is a professor in the Department of Medicine for Haematology and Oncology Services for the UCSF and director of the Early Phase Clinical Trials Unit. She's also the leader of the Developmental Therapeutics Program at the UCSF Helen Diller Family Comprehensive Cancer Center. And finally, we have Mr. John Paul Joy Lucas, who's the Executive Director for the Joy Lucas Group for the Middle East region.
Starting with the DHE, Dr. Amar is represented by, he's representing the Dubai Health Authority, and indeed it's a pleasure for us to have the authority with us, backing up all the health initiatives which not only they are doing and we are working. Sister Elizabeth, please welcome Sir Joy Lucas. Please join your hands to welcome them.
Yeah, there is. On that side, there is. Excuse me.
Sister Elizabeth, Dr. Zuleika. Please join your hands for Dr. Zuleika. Sister Elizabeth, Dr. Pan. Once again, Dr. Pan. Please welcome Mr. John Paul.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Zuleika and her team here at Zuleika Hospital for such an initiative. I would like to thank their partners, Joy Lucas, for supporting this event. I'm privileged to be sitting with Professor Fadla, who has a very impressive CV attached to her, so it's an honor. First, I would like to convey the regards of His Excellency, the Director General of Dubai Health Authority, and his utmost support for such events taken by the private sector, especially increasing awareness among our population. Breast cancer is a prevalent disease in the UAE, it has been affecting more and more younger women as opposed to elder women, which was the understanding previously. So I think the awareness should be there. Such events will support that, and we would like to see more of them.
Now, I think this is the right time that we request the Joy Lucas group to share with us what are their thoughts and how do they think that such activities of corporate social responsibility can really bring a big change in the world. May I request Mr. John Paul to give a brief on his thoughts.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for sparing your valuable time to be here with us today. Today, we are reaffirming our pledge to do our bit to fight breast cancer through the Joy Lucas Think Pink initiative in association with Zuleika Hospital. Last year, Joy Lucas just spread awareness for the breast cancer cause via Think Pink. This year, with Zuleika Hospital, we intend to do more and hopefully achieve a lot more in our fight against this dreaded disease. Once again, a big thank you for being present here and doing your bit to fight and build awareness about breast cancer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your...
I've been coming to Dubai for nearly 20 years now, and I continue to be really impressed how dedicated the doctors here, the nurses, and how on top healthcare is. And I know we can beat this disease, but what we now need to do is now need to bring medicine to the patients. And I think what we really need to do is, and what you're doing an unbelievable job now is let's get this out to the public. The technique is there, the doctors are there, the healthcare system is in place, everything is here. Let's get this out and treat this disease and bring the patients to us. And I think we'll make a big difference in the next few years. Would you agree?
I believe we have lots many thoughts that will come from Dr. Pam, because very soon we will be having the forum open for the public, and all the distinguished guests who have come here, they will be asking questions to Dr. Pam about how we can carry on this message. Dr. Pam, before we open the discussion for the public, you did mention about the exercise and the healthy concept. What was it exactly, Dr.?
So part of prevention of breast cancer is recognition of breast cancer in young women. But for the general population, if you want to be beautiful, we need to really make sure that we have a healthy body and a healthy mind. That includes diet and that includes exercise. More and more we have become a society of leisure. We sit on the couch a lot and we drive our big cars around, and exercise has gone by the wayside. And I think we come to recognize that for cancer prevention, diet and exercise is just as important as screening packages. And that starts early in life, that starts with our children. And I think I cannot impress that part of health care is wellness care. And I think we really need to make an effort on focusing early on being healthy, having a solid, balanced diet, having daily exercise. And I know this is hard, particularly for those who travel a lot and have little time and work a lot. And sure, this is not easy, but I think that is going to be part if we want to prevent cancer.
Thank you, Dr. Pam. Once we start talking about breast cancer and the awareness, all is good, everything is fine. We talk about education, we talk about good health, diet, mammograms, blood tests. Everything is fine, but then what happens to those people who are already having this problem, or who had this problem and who have fought this problem? I think when we are addressing an August gathering like this, it's very, very important that we touch upon those families who have been affected by this, but who have come out of it. So these people, I think, survivors is not the correct word. The correct word is fighters. And it's a privilege for us to talk about some of those people who have the strength, the courage to come out in the open public and accept that yes, they had it and they have been fighting about it. So today we have, with the name kept anonymous, we have Dr. Priya, who has a patient with her, who has dared to come in front of us and speak about her journey. Dr. Priya, can I ask you to just brief upon how you took it forward? Please come. What was your interaction about this whole problem and how you felt that the patient has coped up?
Being a lady surgeon, I think it was a lot of advantage to me because women are comfortable coming to me. And I have taken that opportunity to educate all the women who come to me with breast problems on how to detect, what are the techniques of going about it, addressing their fears. Because with so much of media and so much word going around about cancer, a woman has any complaint in the breast, the first thing that comes to our mind is this cancer. So I have taken that opportunity to spread the awareness, to educate all my people, all my patients, especially the women who come, as to what are the signs, how do you detect and do it. I had one such patient, she's a young mother, and we detected this cancer at a very early age. She developed this at a very young age. And we were able to, I was able to do the surgery, and then she followed up with treatments, and she's come out as a true fighter. All credit goes to her because she's taken up the challenge, she fought it, and today she's free. I would call upon her to share her experience so that
Please join your hands to welcome.
Good morning. Firstly, I would like to thank my God that I have come over it and
I think it's a courage for her to stand in front, and we must respect for this.
I must say, she has fought it out and she has come out and she has shown that we can conquer this disease.
I'm working, alhamdulillah, I'm well, I'm doing very well with my family. I got good support from my family, even from my doctor. I have got treated from Tawam Hospital, and the doctors are amazing. They are really, I can't tell how good they are. And even Dr. Khani Priya, she supported me a lot. And I'm doing very well, alhamdulillah. And this is all depends on your willpower. If we have the willpower to fight against it, definitely we will come over.
Thank you, madam. I think you are very great. Thank you, Dr. Khanipriya. It is amazing that not only she is doing a research in the same field, in the field in which she has suffered this problem. Nobody, by the grace of God, nobody can identify that she has ever been a patient. And we salute you, we respect you for this. Dr. Khan. Now we declare the session open with Dr. Zulekha. Can we have the screen open, please? It's a small video message from the Jayavika's group and Dr. Zulekha group together. Dr. Zulekha, I would request you to press the finish. Yes. Honey, the play button, video. Dr. Zulekha.
Ignorance is the first symptom of breast cancer. Do a simple self-examination today or make an appointment with your doctor. Beware, be aware. Think pink. Joy Alucas for breast cancer awareness.
Just like to know, I'm Maricar from the Gulf today. Good morning. May we know how the people could avail of this Think Pink project? What is the concrete program of Joy Alucas and Zulekha Hospital on this?
This is our second initiative. We did the same thing last year. Last year it was pure awareness, and this year also what we are planning to do is just spreading the awareness, letting people know. And this time we have a great partner with Zulekha Hospital. Their expert doctors are supporting us this time with Dr. Pam, who's also one of the specialists in this field. She's come all the way from California. Our main thing is just spreading the awareness, because for us, our 95% of our customers are women, and we take care of their external duties by providing them the jewelry they wear. But this time we have understood that the breast cancer, I think yesterday's Gulf News, it was saying that 28% of death among women in UAE is because of this disease. So as a leading jeweler like us, I think we have a great responsibility to come up with this awareness and spread it. Main thing is to spread the awareness. Spread the awareness, people, early detection actually can save. Like you can see survivors like her and Pam, Dr. Pam, they're all survivors. So I think early detection can definitely save lives. And what we are doing is just spreading the awareness with the support of the Zuleika Hospital.
So, sir, mammograms, like, you know, the other hospitals are into this, especially it's the month of it's the breast cancer awareness month. So what special programs is will the hospital be offering to the public?
I think that what we think besides the mammogram. Mammogram comes at a very late stage. The basic purpose, as the Joy Lucas group has very clearly mentioned, it is the self-check, it is a prevention. So when does prevention happen? Prevention does not happen with mammograms. Prevention happens with awareness. If you have seen the campaign photographs and images, it is the ignorance. Ignorance is the first symptom of breast cancer. It is not the pain, the lump, and the redness, and the feeling of guilt. It is ignorance. So we want to drive out ignorance by doing a self-check, by coming to a doctor and finding out that do I have a problem. Along with that, now that you have asked this question, yes, we will do a lot of free consultations. We will make the people aware and how to check the breasts. I think it is so important that we need to check our own organs, which we do not know. But we are more concerned with bigger imagery diagnostics like mammograms. Mammograms do play a role, but it is at the last. Zuleika Hospital will do a lot of screening activities like making the people aware by doing these consultations and free checks.
Mammogram is actually an excellent one, but I really want to point to the fact that mammograms are very good for the women between 50 and 70. Under 50, mammograms rarely detect breast cancers in young women, so a normal mammogram does not exclude having breast cancer. So I think what's really important and what my role in Zuleika Hospital is every year I come and educate the doctors, the nurses, that we need to start prevention and awareness after women deliver a baby, talk to the patients about family history of breast cancer, family history of ovarian or prostate cancer. Once we start bringing awareness that women actually don't think they have mastitis or an inflammation after breastfeeding, that this could be cancer. This has to be disseminated. And I think it's really important to know that you're never too young to have breast cancer. We all think that you could be too young to have breast cancer, but unfortunately that's really not true.
And about spreading leaflets, just one more thing. This month, because October is the month of breast cancer awareness, what we're doing is whoever comes to our showroom, every purchase, whatever the amount is, we are giving away a special bag, which is a Joy Lucas breast cancer awareness bag with the booklet about how to take care of it, how do you check, all the details. I think when we pass by after this conference, we are giving away those booklets and just so we are distributing that with special pink color pen, which actually shows the awareness here. This is the bag which we will be giving out to all our customers with each purchase this month, and it has a clear message in the bag with this particular booklet. So every customer would get this booklet. It has all the details about the breast cancer awareness, everything. So with this special pen, which Tommy would be with the message on the pen. So this is what we are doing in our way to spread awareness. Other than that, there are ads, Weekend Friday, all the magazines. So those are the ways we can do our best to spread awareness.
Is it a 1 month campaign?
Yeah, it's a 1 month campaign. This complete October month we are spreading.
Ina Dawood with me here today. She's the head of the oncology department, consultant oncologist, and her main area of interest is breast cancer. I think perhaps later she can brief you on some numbers and figures that we have in here.
My question is to Dr. Parveen. Is targeted therapy an option? If so, at what stage and what will be?
I think that's an excellent question, and targeted therapy is the mainstay of breast cancer therapy. Targeted therapy means that we know what makes the cancer grow, and we target it specifically rather than giving chemotherapy. For breast cancer, the main target is the estrogen receptor. In about 65% of all women, the estrogen receptor is positive, and many of these women can get away without chemotherapy. HER2, the human epidermal growth factor, and I'm sorry for being technical, but I'm not sure there's any other way of that. So HER2 is the second most important target for breast cancer, thirdly the progesterone receptor, and now as we learn more, there are several more genes that we are directly targeting. So I'm hoping that more and more we get away with giving people chemotherapy and using more targeted therapy or selecting those who will not need chemotherapy.
But I want to share something very positive that I see in this region. I come from India, but I'm a long-term resident in Dubai. It is amazing what the government of this region is doing. It is very nice. In this very room, I see a rainbow when I look at Think Pink. Because as you very rightly put, it is not the mammograph. Yes, mammography is very, very important. I'm a layman. I'm not a medical professional. I do enjoy the Pink of Health. I want to share an experience with you. Last week, I was invited to a talk at Emirates Towers. My role there was to speak as a writer and share my poems and my book. Where I knew where I was going. This was a group, Dr. Pamela Munster and esteemed experts here. They were cancer survivors. I reached this room, a room of multinationals, ranging from all ages. Some of them looked like models. They were young, but they were stricken by cancer. The group is called Breast Friends. Honestly, the speech I had made for my poetry, I put it aside. I was extempore. I said, you are not survivors. This term is bothering me. You are Joans of Arc. You're all Joans of Arc. And you know, they were taking an expedition in November to Antarctica. They were being led by a non-cancer person. I interacted with them. Of course, I recited my poetry. What I am saying here and taking your time is, this is a great, great thing that we do when we spread this awareness. I'm aware of the Joy Lucas group through ACL. They're doing a tremendous job. They're a role model. I see what Zulekha Daud does. We come to this hospital. I see Dr. Pamela Munster. She has not only the knowledge, she has the passion. And then we have Dr. Amir Sharif, who shows the stability, the positivity, the solidity that the government is giving here when there is so much of unrest in this region. But here in UAE, we have nearly 400 nationalities. Why? Because you care. I represent, sir, ladies and gentlemen here, I represent public. I'm a layman, but I represent, and I say this from my heart, very well done. And my role as a writer, because I have a blog, I will write a piece on this rainbow called Think Pink. Thank you very much for giving me.
First of all, thank you very much, Zulekha Hospital, for inviting me. And I would like to thank each and every member, Dr. Amir Sharif, Dr. Zulekha, Mr. Joy, and Pamela, and the whole distinguished guests in the room for the efforts which has been made to spread the awareness about breast cancer. Being a family medicine specialist and an occupational health as well, and heading the in-house clinic in the Emirates Integrated Telecommunication Company do, wellness is one of the cornerstone of the success and the recovery of any nation and the progress. And from the efforts which is being done by Zuleika Hospital, by Joy Lucas, with the support of Dubai Health Authority and the government of the United Arab Emirates, that gives me a peace of mind as a UAE national that our people, our own people, our residents, our guests, our tourists are in safe hand, are in good hand, and that which will continue with further collaboration between the various sectors and bringing them all into harmony for one goal, is that the human mankind and the human being of this country. Thank you.
I think as a gynecologist, we play a very important role in prevention, as we are talking about prevention, because we are the first stepping stones who see all the female patients, like all the patients come to us, the ladies come to us for delivery, for pregnancy. So we do play a very important role in making the women aware of breast cancer, regarding self-examination, regarding the yearly clinical examination. This is where our role comes in. And once we detect some lump, or we can educate, and we can then further refer to our colleagues, the surgeons, who play definitely a major role in treating them. But as gynecologists, I feel that we play an important role in educating the patients, so that, as we all know, that education is very important in this.
I think seeing a woman in a surgical clinic for a male surgeon is not a problem. Because when the patient has a disease, we see as patients, not as a particular individual. So if a patient presents with a breast lump, I don't think there is any problem in a male surgeon examining the patient and advising them accordingly. And actually, a lot of breast surgeons in this part of the world are male surgeons rather than female surgeons.
Because I am here 6 months old, I have seen ladies walk out of my room because telling that I want to be seen by a lady, examined by a lady. So definitely, and Dr. Parma pointed out, you have to counsel. You should not give up, because giving up means you are, you are basically not sharing that knowledge with her. So you try to explain to her relatives and tell the pros and cons. If she will definitely, if she is symptomatic or she is worried, she will definitely come to a doctor. But what I wanted to highlight is that I was going through the web, and MOH and the DHA has got a very nice protocol of screening, breast screening cancer program, which says, number one is, you do take the patient for self-breast examination, SBE or BSE every month. That's your part of the duty. Then a clinical breast examination every year, and then a mammogram every 2 years after age of 45. That has been laid out as a protocol, and if there is a screening positive patients come up, they report to the surgeon, and then they do a guided, US guided or core biopsy to find out what is the problem, and then give the therapy. So it is laid out. There is no confusion in the health policy of this area. Thank you.
People are there for you. It's like, and I don't know what you want to say a few things, but I think, can I pass the microphone to you?
When I was diagnosed with this thing, all of my family members, they were like, they were around me. Full time they were around me, and I got a lot of support from them. Still I'm getting support. With this thing, I got so short-tempered, and I get angry, very soon I get angry, and they do understand that, I'm going through something. Whenever I, sometimes, I used to think a lot about it, and then I got depressed, and I used to get angry with, small things. When they used to support me, they do understand, yeah, I'm going through something, so I'm getting support from you.
In this region, in the Mediterranean region, and in North Africa, many women present with cancer during the time after they deliver the baby, during pregnancy, and during that time the breast is very different, so it's often harder to find a lump, and it's often said like redness is just inflammation, but any redness that doesn't go away in 2 weeks with antibiotics.
And then we'll have, after the vote of thanks from Tommy, we'll all go down and have a very special ceremony, the ceremony of the release of pink balloons. With this, we will all pledge our solidarity, as all the guests have said, solidarity towards awareness, solidarity to remove the ignorance. I think we are all blessed with your presence, and I now hand over to Mr. Tommy, who would say the vote of thanks.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, my dear friends in the media fraternity. On behalf of UNCAS Group and Sulekha Group of Hospitals, let me take this opportunity to thank distinguished dignitaries, our Chief Guest, Dr. Amar Sharif, Acting CEO of Dubai Health Authority, who has inspired us to do this event today, and Dr. Pamela Munster, world-renowned breast cancer specialist, Professor of Medicine, University of California, Dr. Sulekha Daud, the most respected medical practitioner in the UAE, Mr. Joya Lucas, the man who takes up social responsibilities alongside the business, John Paul Joya Lucas, role model for the new generation business community, and all our friends in the media fraternity. A big thank you to everyone. Now may we request everyone to follow us down for the official launch of breast cancer thinking campaign. Thank you.